In a world full of pros, maxes, and ultras with their bells and whistles, sometimes it's beneficial to go with something a little more simple. That's where Nothing comes in. This is the Nothing Phone 3A, a simpler budget take on a flagship phone. This might be the best Android phone that I've ever used, and it gives Apple and Samsung a run for its money too. The Nothing Phone 3A has this ultra modern design. On the left side of the phone, you have the volume rockers, and the power button is along the right side railing right over this new essential key button I will dive more into in just a minute. I honestly think this is one of the best looking phones on the market, but it definitely sticks out amongst the crowd of other flagships, rather that be the iPhone or the Galaxy S line. The main draw to this design is the glyph interface on the back that lights up. You can use this as a visual indicator for alarms and timers. On the back of the phone, you have the 50 megapixel main and telephoto cameras, a 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera on the front. I know the design might not be for everybody, but if you were looking for a phone with a little bit more personality, the Nothing Phone definitely has its own flavor. Looks aren't the only thing this phone has going for it. The phone has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, which gives you roughly about 26 hours of battery life, and in my testing, I'm easily above 50% by the end of the day. The specs on these phones are pretty stellar for the price, and in this price range, I don't think most people really care about the highest end specs. That brings us to the price. This thing is $379. It supports 5G and Wi-Fi 6. It also has Face ID and a fingerprint sensor in the display. Nothing has also introduced a new feature called the Essential Space. This new app is paired along with the Essential Key, and when pressed, it will take a screenshot of whatever app you're currently viewing and allows you to add a written or voice note to it. Nothing says that this feature is a preview of the AI features that they will be bringing to the phone this year, but as it stands right now, this feature is essentially a glorified screenshot button, and half the time that I press it, I actually just intended to hit the power button. Future software upgrades are not something that you should buy this phone for. Per the title of this video, this is the best Android phone I've ever used. I really think that if you were looking for a phone that can do most phone things, this might be the device for you. I reviewed the iPhone 16e recently, and I think this phone blows that iPhone out of the water. If you want to see how these compare, check that video in the description below. Nothing is a brand that I've been really interested in for a while now, and when I got the phone in the mail, I was very excited to try it out. I was completely blown away by the way that this phone operated and the way that it just kind of fit in my hand. There's not much I don't like about these phones, but I do want to point out for anybody that's living in the US that might want to pick this up, the phone does not have an eSIM or wireless charging, but most phones in this price point don't offer those features. Outside of those two downsides, I think this might be the best bang for your buck of any Android out right now. It is comparable to the more expensive budget option from Apple, and I even like this phone more than the Galaxy S25 Ultra that I tried a few months back. This phone is for you if you were looking for flagship quality but not for flagship price, or if you were looking for a phone that your mom could easily use but you secretly want.